Welcome to this video on the SmartWorks Payment Gateway. The Payment Gateway provides a variety of pre-integrated payment channels for both consumers and agents. Payments made are reflected immediately into that consumer or agent account. Pre-integrated channels include instant EFT beneficiary payments from major banks via internet banking and ATMs. Cardless payments for cash deposits via ATM, so that's great for people who are unbanked. Cash receipting at the utilities offices or at bank tellers, so every bank branch also becomes a point where revenue can be received. Credit and debit card payments are also available via the consumer portal and agent portal. The agent portal also provides the opportunity for revenue collection agents in a community to collect revenue from consumers using an upfront revenue collection account. And of course, third-party payments can be received via various retail outlets. The payment gateway consists of many switching-related components. So in order to understand how the payment gateway works, we need to familiarize ourselves with these components as part of the payment ecosystem. Now, payment channels are the different ways provided by the utility to facilitate payments. We covered these just earlier. Banks actually form the essential part of the payment ecosystem because the ultimate destination of any payment is into the utility's bank account. All payment channels and banks must send a payment notification to the SmartWorks Payment Gateway, and then the payment gateway automatically routes the notification to the corresponding SmartWorks platform, utility domain, and then consumer or agent account. The payment gateway can support many platforms, and a platform can contain many utility domains, so it's very efficient. And a utility domain can contain many consumers and agents, and interestingly, each of which can have many accounts, either a grouped account or accounts for each particular service. The payment gateway is extremely flexible, so the best way to describe its many features is to use examples, the first of which is internet banking. In this example, the consumer makes an EFT payment via the internet banking website of that bank. A payment deposit notification is immediately received from that bank. Then the payment gateway credits the corresponding consumer's account for that utility on the given platform. In this example, a consumer makes an EFT payment via an ATM with the same bank but into a different utility account at that bank. The bank again sends a notification to the payment gateway. The payment gateway switches the payment to the corresponding platform and utility domain and credits the corresponding consumer's account for that utility. This example highlights how the payment gateway can support multiple accounts per consumer, and a payment can be made either into one particular account or into a group of accounts. So the same consumer makes an EFT payment via the ATM for one particular utility service. For example, perhaps they want to pay for a prepayment token. Again, the payment is made into the same bank. The payment gateway receives a notification. The payment gateway switches the payment to the corresponding platform and utility domain, and in this case credits the corresponding consumer's specific service account for that utility. Many ATMs these days support cardless services where you can deposit cash into the ATM and credit a specific account, whether the consumer is banked or unbanked. So the consumer makes the cash deposit via an ATM into the bank account of this particular utility, and the EFT is then processed into that bank and to the particular utility's bank account. The notification is received from that bank. The payment gateway switches the payment to the corresponding platform and utility domain and credits the corresponding consumer's account for that utility. Even if there is no ATM, the same consumer can make a cash deposit at a bank branch into the bank account of that utility. Once again, a notification is received from the bank when that cash deposit is made by the payment gateway. The payment gateway switches the payment to the corresponding platform and utility domain and once again credits the corresponding consumer's account for that utility. SmartWorks also contains an agent portal by which registered revenue collection agents can collect deposits from consumers in their area. The deposits are made against an upfront payment that has already been received by the agent for the utility. So in the example, the consumer makes a cash payment to the agent notifies the payment gateway that this cash deposit has been received, and then the agent module sends a payment transfer notification instruction, and the payment less commission is transferred from the agent's upfront collection account to the consumer's account. The agent can use any of the payment channels to top up their upfront collection account with the utility. The payment gateway also supports payments from third parties. So in this case, a consumer makes a payment at a retail store. The store immediately notifies the payment gateway via payment deposit notification that they have collected a payment for the given consumer on behalf of that utility. The payment gateway switches the payment to the corresponding platform and utility domain, and of course credits the corresponding consumer's account for that utility. Ultimately, of course, the store will have to make a revenue collection payment into that utility's bank account for all the revenue it's collected, which can also be automatically switched to the agent's account. Our final example shows how a consumer can make a credit or debit card payment via the consumer portal. The same is true for agents via the agent portal. So in this case, the consumer portal uses an approved online credit debit card collection company. A payment notification is immediately received from the third party for the given consumer on behalf of that utility. The payment gateway switches the payment notification to the corresponding platform and utility, and as usual credits the corresponding consumer's account for that utility. Periodically, the third party will make a revenue collection payment into the utility's bank account, which can also be switched in the same manner. This completes our video on the payment gateway module of SmartWorks. Thanks for watching.